Hey everyone on YouTube. Today I am going to review a collected editions review on Witchblade Rebirth, Volume 1. I read this book today. I could not stop putting this book down. No, wait. I couldn't put this book down. It's really good. The story, I got this comic from, the comic book convention that I went to, and, whilst at the convention, I wanted to, ponder around some other additional media, other additional comics that were quite big, and I looked into Xenoscope, because Xenoscope does quite a lot of fairy tales, and I'm quite into fairy tales, but I didn't know where to start with, the Xenoscope line. So instead I went to Top Cow or Image and discovered Witchblade. And I was pondering about getting Witchblade because I'm quite interested in Witchblade, and this book totally sold me. And basically, we follow Sarah Pizzini, a former cop in New York, and basically she's given the power of the Witchblade, and the Witchblade is basically an artifact that ensures the balance between light versus darkness. And basically what Sarah has to do is she has to involve herself in these warring factions that seek to control Chicago. Because Sarah has now moved from New York to Chicago in an effort to find a new life. And Sarah is trying to adjust to her new life and is adjusting to her new job as a PI, as a private investigator. And basically, as her stay in she gets involved in a case that leads her to discovering the flesh, which is sort of like a meat. It's described as a meat version of her Witchblade armor, and these meat armor sort of feeds on human beings and sucks out their life energy to give these old people turn young, thanks to the power of this flesh. But the catch is they need to feed on other people to give them their youth. And they are fighting against another group called who are sort of like these witch biker gang. Well, they're actually called the Biker Witch Gang. And these women are pretty hot. Let me just find you a picture. Like, that's one of the witches. I could do you. You're cute. I could do you. And, Sarah also has a problem with one of the cops in Chicago called Big Woz. And, it's sort of like this whole high school jealousy, you know. Oh, I'm fat and you're skinny, I'm jealous because, you know, there's a bit of a jealous rivalry going on between the two, and I just really enjoyed it. Obviously, I have a few problems with it too. One of the problems I have is, so there's this bit that introduces 3 characters that were pretty big. They're all part of the previous comics, which I unfortunately have not read. But I didn't understand whether that was happening before, whether that was in present-day New York or past New York. I didn't quite understand that. And I also didn't understand why Sarah became a private investigator. I'm guessing that's explained in other books. In this book, certainly, it says that she likes certain quirks about being a private investigator, and there are certain quirks about not being a private investigator. And that's quite interesting, but I don't understand why she would decide not to be a cop. But I love the idea that she is a cop, you know, and she's caught in this battle between good versus evil, and all these warring little factions. And yeah, in all seriousness, great comic. And also, if you do want to go on to Witchblade, and you don't want to start at the very beginning, because one of the questions I asked one of the people working at the convention was where was a good place to start with Witchblade or the Darkness, and they said Rebirth Volume 1, this comic is a great starting on point. And I will be continuing on with this series, and I'll also start getting back issues, because yeah, really great comic. And yeah, so that's all I've got for you today. Yeah, great comic. So, bye.